Hello, welcome to Intuitive Insights. I am Megan McDonough. I am your no BS woo-woo coach, guiding you to use your intuition and creativity so that you can claim your ultimate purpose, unshakable purpose, and get clear in your life. This week is a doozy. I want to share something that's been ruminating. This week I'm going to share some insights that I've been ruminating with. This is pretty specific for this time, but I'm sure you can come back to this at any time if you're feeling like the energy around you is fairly dense. But right now, today is the full moon in Aries in October. And I have been feeling this full moon pretty intensely for the last week or so. Maybe even more. My dreams have been affected. My nervous system is like crazy. And the feeling of lack of grounding is really coming up too. So there's a couple of things environmentally, meaning like relationships and people who you surround yourself with. And this has come up in readings as well, this particular message. And then a couple of messages as to how to cope and get through it. So the message this week is you can love from afar. So this came up because I have, in my personal life, I have had a series of people who I love dearly and still love dearly, have had some discourse with. And hurtful words had been said, and, old wounds opened up from those hurtful words or actions. And what has come to me, the message that came to me in this specific situation, was, I can love you from afar. Meaning, I don't have to subject myself to things that hurt me if I'm not feeling strong enough to deal with them. I don't have to try so hard for something that's not ever going to be returned and be hurt by that. That's in my control. I can still love you, but I don't necessarily have to be in contact with you or around you. I don't have to tell you about that. I can just have that for myself, Because sometimes it's just the layers of anxiety, fear, worry, what have you, that the other person is wearing and not processing or seeing and just dealing with, and how it comes out can be hurtful. And it's not intended, and it's not who they are, and it's not the person that you love. So in order to separate yourself from that, you can love from afar. Give yourself permission to love from afar. This has also come up in several readings recently, where difficult relationships, people who want to make the relationship right or digestible or amicable or harmonious, and the other person just isn't up for the task, whether because they don't want to or they're just not capable at this point in time. And so the message was, give yourself permission to love them from afar. Give yourself the permission to love them and not have to be in the static and the volatility of their layers. Especially if you're doing the active work to clear your layers and to connect with your light, connect with your soul self, connect with your layerless being within. So the two things that have come up, one is a visualization. Well, they both are, actually. One's more of a meditation, though. But the first one is the way in which this feels. So there's two ways that this energy feels to me. It feels like I'm being ripped apart, like being pulled at both limbs. Now, at the end of the day, I know the more evolved me is going to come out shining on the other end, and the universe is the one doing the ripping, and I don't want it, and it hurts, and it sucks. It's like, birthing mixed with growing pain. But at the end, you get a beautiful new being, which is either yourself that you're elevating into or the energy around you. And the way to handle that feeling, that really yucky feeling of transformation and transition, which is what it is like being in the ocean. So when I was learning to surf, when I was in Los Angeles and I was learning to surf, and I loved it so much. I mean, I was never that great at it, but it was something that, like, I can see myself retiring and trying to perfect. Like, I get it. It's a beautiful practice. And it was so much fun. It really lit me up. But one of the things, and you learn this as a kid too, when you're like boogie boarding or just jumping in the waves, that when a big wave comes and you feel the power of that wave, you just have to go limp and allow your body to be taken by the wave until it calms, and then you can come up for air and reorganize yourself. And that visual keeps coming up to me during this time. That it's kind of like a Mercury retrograde on crack right now. Like it's intense. And there is some action you can take in a Mercury retrograde, like revising, renewing, reviewing, reverting, whatever, all the re's, right? But this feels like no action necessary. This feels like a mammoth wave that you just have to allow your body to ride and trust. And so coming out the other end, I guess that is the third thing. Trust. Trust and faith in the process. Allow your body to go through the motions that the universe is pushing and pulling it through. Honor the energy of that big wave of universal energy. Trust, number 2. This is 3, but number 2. Trust that it will take you where you need to go. Trust that there is a drone-like view of this process that you are not privy to, and then it will place you where you need to go in order to elevate and go to the next level on your journey. And 3, this is the meditation visualization. The ice blue light has been coming to me. And so we're going to play with it for just a few moments here, whenever you're ready. And in your mind's eye, I just want you to imagine this ice blue light. And it's the color of an iceberg. Just kind of that belly iceberg, ice blue color. And just imagine this ice blue color raining down and surrounding your entire being. When anxiety and worry creep up too much, just fill it in your brain. Wash it around, clean it out, clear it out, and allow this ice blue light to be kind of the antidote to your nervous system. Starting at your brain, washing your brain with this ice blue light, and then allow that ice blue light to just coat your spinal cord all the way down to your tailbone, and then into every little nerve and tributary from that spinal cord. Sit in this ice blue light's presence, in its vibration and its frequency. Coat your nervous system with its calming energy. And trust the process. I hope you have a great week. That's this week's message. I have a workshop coming up that I'd love for you to learn about. It's called Ignite Your Life. If you've been feeling lost, or like something's missing, or missing your own creativity, this workshop is 6 weeks. Create at your own pace. We move, we learn breathing practices, we learn meditations to help ignite creativity and intuition. There's creative expression and journal prompts for insights. It is an amazing course. I've run it several times, and it just really can transform your perspective, the way you move through this earth, and help you gain clarity and a sense of purpose in your life. So if you have any questions about that, you can email me at info@magnetizeyourlight or find it on my website, Magnetize Your Light. I'd love to hear from you. How are you doing through this time? Do those 3 pillars help you? Are you able to trust? Are you able to fully let yourself fly and, well, not fly, but float in the wave of energy that is among us? And can you trust the process? And how is this ice blue light? I hope you are well. Big buckets of love. Talk soon. Have a magical week.